We're visiting Lisbon, Portugal, and heading for two of the most famous monuments, the Tower of Belem and Monument to the Discoveries, which stand as symbols of Portugal's 16th century naval voyages, which made it the richest nation on the planet. The Tower of Belem, built between 1515 and 1520 by King Manuel, is a fortress that guards the harbor and celebrates the discoveries in grand style with its elaborate manmoulin carved decorations similar to those at the Geronimos Monastery. It was originally built as a fortress to protect the entrance of Lisbon's harbor and was in the river as an island surrounded by water. But over time, this river got narrower, and so the fortress is now on the shore. Another fortress, very similar, used to be on the opposite side of the river to catch the enemy in a crossfire. The public is allowed into the tower, and you can climb to upper levels for a panoramic view. The Monument to the Discoveries was built in 1960 to honor Prince Henry the Navigator, who is depicted on the stone prow, along with other important Portuguese voyagers including da Gama, Cabral, Diaz, and Magellan, who was Portuguese but sailed for Spain. Prince Henry never did any actual navigating, but he did fund a school for navigators in the 15th century that helped the nation gain control of the seas. Just next to the monument, there's a large mosaic stone map in the paving that depicts the many voyages of discovery of these Portuguese 500 years ago. The Portuguese developed an efficient sailboat, the caravel, which had square sails in the front and a triangular sail in the back, making for very efficient sailing that enabled them to get around the Cape of Good Hope. It was the best ship on the sea at the time. To understand the history of Portugal, we need to consider their spectacular maritime discoveries that were made 500 years ago. Vasco da Gama was the first to sail around Africa and discover the ocean route to India, opening up a vast trade network that made Portugal extremely rich, perhaps at times the richest country in the world. Pedro Cabral discovered Brazil on the next voyage in 1500, which Portugal then claimed as their largest colony, and Portuguese navigators were the first to sail to China in 1542, and also first Europeans to make it to Japan. And California, which was discovered in 1542 by Cabrillo. After the initial Portuguese discoveries, other European countries joined in the hunt for colonies, and the world would never again be the same. This was the beginning of the modern world and the start of global trade and communications. All started right here on the shores of Lisbon in Portugal 500 years ago. We have many more movies about Lisbon, which you can see on our YouTube channel. If you enjoy our programming, please subscribe and share it with your friends, and comments are always welcome. Thanks very much.